some parents are fighting against a force that seems impossible to stop these days. Teens, especially teen girls or even tweens, girls that aren't yet considered teenagers, seem to be growing up too fast. They have their cell phone cameras, worries about what they're saying on Facebook and Twitter, sexting in some cases on top of their list of worries. And now the Parents Television Council is going after some of the favorite shows that kids watch for promoting teen sexuality. It's nothing like the young love of years past either. Joining us is Nicole Clark. She was a top model for years, and now she's speaking out about the message that the industry sends to young girls. She actually made a documentary exposing the harmful effects of what she calls the cover girl culture. Nicole, thanks for getting up early with us. I know you're at LA this morning.
Oh, you're welcome. Happy to be here.
So this study, overall, what did it find about how teen girls and young women are being portrayed in some of the most popular primetime shows out there?
Well, what the study found, the Parents Television Council did, was nothing that we're surprised to discover. I'm sure most parents out there are aware of what the media is doing with the young girls, but they're finding that girls as young as 7, 8 are being exposed to sexualization, images of girls being sexualized, and that girls have shared in the study that their source of sexuality information about sex is from entertainment media. It's no longer from their parents, from their peers. It's now directly from all the entertainment that they're exposed to. Girls are seeing as much as 75 hours of media. They're consuming that much media a week, and the messages that they're learning now is primarily from entertainment media about sexuality and what is acceptable sexual behavior.
And I mean, this isn't overt, making out on TV. These are more subtle things, right? In the way they dress, in some of the hidden innuendo in the conversations. I mean, what impact does that have on young girls watching? I mean, do they get it? They pick up on this?
Oh, of course. From what the CDC released is that America has the highest teen pregnancy rate of any of the industrialized world, as well as the highest STD rate in teens. So that alone shows that there's definitely, it's having an effect. But things also like low self-esteem, because girls are believing that their value is based on their exterior, being thin, being pretty, being sexy. And so girls are definitely being affected emotionally, mentally, and also physically, because they're not thinking that there's risks involved, because they're seeing this fun sort of sexy activities happening on the shows with the characters that they adore.
Well, if people at home are wondering, and I mean, if you're a parent of a tween, you really know what we're talking about, but for those that might not, let's look at an example cited in the study. This is a clip from Glee, which, has taken a lot of hits. People have been criticizing Glee. It's wildly popular, but it also has, a hidden sexuality, or an overt sexuality, some would say. But let's take a look at this clip. It was one of the highest rated shows of the season. It was when Britney Spears made an appearance.
Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. And now you're out of sight, yeah. Tell me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now, because
So you take a look at that. What I guess, do these scenes, what type of impact do they have? How do they affect behavior and attitudes toward teenage girls?
Well, girls are learning from something like this that they're seeing, they're inundated with from all aspects of media, not just television, that this is acceptable behavior for girls. This is what will make boys, you'll get attention from boys, because teen girls are at a volatile stage where they're looking for acceptance and fitting in, so they're being told that these behaviors are acceptable. And that's the perfect example of content that's created by men. That song, that video was produced by men. So we're watching content created by men for children and for young girls without taking into consideration that the harm that it's doing to our young people's abilities to understand what's real and what's appropriate, because young people do not have the faculties, the cognitive development to understand what is being shown to them. What
about the effect on young males watching that same show?
Yes, the young males, they're also learning that this is what you expect from girls. This is how girls are supposed to treat you, and this is just what's standard. Unless, of course, you have great parents who are out there and they're combating the messages, and they're helping instill media literacy and critical thinking skills. But if not, then the messages are just going straight in. When you're being bombarded 400 to 500 times a day, it goes in.
Right, and in Glee, we checked it, it's rated TV 14. Some of the other shows are PG, but one of the things that caught my eye in the study is that 75% of the shows that they studied were not even rated S for sexual content. So if you did try to actually block them with your parental controls, they wouldn't, get caught up in that net. So what do parents do short of trying to monitor everything a kid watches or, taking the remote control and shutting the TV off?
Right. I think the most important thing is that parents start having a dialogue with their children about media and start developing media literacy and critical thinking with children so that they understand that it's not okay to take everything at face value with media. But there is definitely a lot of media out there, and it would be impossible to sort of control it all or tag it all with what is appropriate and what is inappropriate. I think parents have to get more involved in what their kids are watching and, again, like I said, have the media literacy skills and really talk to children about what the agenda is of these shows and of the advertisements.
Nicole Clark, thanks for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you.